The data will surprise you. The real estate market has changed dramatically in the past few years, and if you're wondering whether it's still worth it in 2025, you're not alone. With higher interest rates, inflation concerns, and talk of a housing correction, many people are asking if now is the right time to buy, sell, or just wait. But here's the thing. The data might not say what you think it will. In today's video, I'll break down the current real estate trends, share eye-opening stats, and reveal why real estate might still be one of the best investments you can make this year. If you're thinking about making a move in 2025, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into the numbers that matter most. 1. Interest rates are high, but so are rents. Yes, mortgage rates in 2025 are higher than the record lows we saw in 2020 and 2021. But here's what's surprising. Rental prices have continued to climb in most major cities. In fact, national rent growth has outpaced inflation in over 70% of metro areas this year. That means even if buying is more expensive, owning a rental property can still cash flow. High interest rates hurt buyers, but they also push more people into the rental market. As a result, landlords are seeing stronger demand and more pricing power than before. So while rates may seem scary, they're helping rental investors win in today's market. If you're buying to rent, this might be your opportunity to generate steady monthly income. 2. Housing inventory remains shockingly low despite economic uncertainty. One thing hasn't changed. There still aren't enough homes in 2025. Active housing inventory remains more than 30% below pre-pandemic levels nationwide. Builders are struggling with supply chain issues and zoning restrictions that slow new development. Existing homeowners are hesitant to sell and give up low interest rates they locked in years ago. That means fewer options for buyers and consistent upward pressure on home prices. In many areas, demand still far outweighs supply, keeping values from falling significantly. This low inventory is one reason home prices haven't crashed like some predicted. Real estate's long-term value is protected when supply is tight, and 2025 is proving that. 3. Millennials are driving demand like never before. Millennials, now the largest adult generation, are fueling home demand across the country. Many are entering their peak home-buying years and want to escape rising rents for stability. This generational shift is creating massive demand, especially in affordable, mid-tier housing. Even with higher rates, millennials are finding creative ways to buy, including co-buying and house hacking. The average first-time buyer is older now, but more determined to own real estate. And they're not just buying homes, they're also entering the rental investment space aggressively. 4. Home prices have stabilized, not crashed. After explosive growth during the pandemic, home prices in 2023 and 2024 cooled down. But in 2025, we're not seeing a crash, we're seeing stabilization in most major markets. In fact, according to Zillow, home values are up year over year in 85 of the top 100 metros. That's despite higher borrowing costs, which shows how strong housing demand still is. Instead of bursting, the real estate bubble deflated slowly, and is now leveling off. Markets like Phoenix, Austin, and Boise corrected slightly, but are already rebounding. Homeownership remains a long-term play, and 2025 is a great time to buy below peak prices. Smart investors are taking advantage of this reset before the next cycle of growth kicks in. 5. Rental property ROI is surprisingly strong in 2025. Return on investment for rental properties remains attractive, especially in the Midwest and Southeast. Places like Ohio, Alabama, and Tennessee are seeing solid rent-to-price ratios and steady appreciation. The national average cap rate for single-family rentals sits around 6.2%, up from 5.1% last year. That's a meaningful gain, considering rising rates and tighter lending standards. The key is knowing where to invest, not just following the headlines. The data shows real estate is still producing consistent, inflation-resistant income for savvy buyers. If you focus on fundamentals, 2025 may offer your best ROI in years. 6. Appreciation is slower, but still real. Gone are the days of 20% year-over-year appreciation. But that's actually a good thing. Real estate is returning to healthy, sustainable growth levels between 3% and 6% annually. This slower pace is more stable, less volatile, and better for long-term wealth building. According to CoreLogic, national appreciation is forecasted at 4.3% for 2025. That's still better than many savings accounts and far less risky than the stock market. Appreciation plus rental income is the winning combo real estate investors love. While others chase quick flips, smart investors focus on slow, steady wealth. In 2025, boring real estate is profitable real estate. 7. Real estate is beating inflation. Inflation is still a concern for many investors, but real estate is one of the best hedges. When inflation rises, so do rents and property values, helping you preserve your purchasing power. Owning tangible assets with real utility protects your wealth better than most paper investments. 2025 data shows rental rates increasing faster than CPI in 60% of U.S. markets. You're earning more while paying the same, which boosts your net returns over time. In an inflationary world, real estate isn't just safe, it's strategic. It's one of the few assets where inflation can actually work for you, not against you. 8. Tech and AI are making investing easier. In 2025, technology has made real estate investing more accessible and efficient than ever before. AI tools now analyze properties, predict rent trends, and estimate repair costs in seconds. Platforms like Roofstock, Arrived, and Fundrise let you invest remotely or fractionally with minimal effort. You don't need to be a landlord with a toolbox to succeed anymore. Technology is leveling the playing field for small investors who want to scale safely. The tech is here, use it, and 2025 could be your breakout year. 9. Creative strategies are thriving in today's market. With tighter lending and higher rates, investors are getting more creative in how they buy and scale. Seller financing, subject to deals, and lease options are making a big comeback in 2025. More investors are also using house hacking, short-term rentals, and BRRRR strategies to build faster. Hard money, DSCR loans, and partnerships are helping people move forward without huge cash reserves. This market rewards flexibility, creativity, and knowledge more than ever before. If you're willing to think outside the box, you'll find deals others overlook. Real estate is still about solving problems, just with new tools and smarter strategies. The market hasn't closed, it's just shifted, and the bold are taking advantage. 10. Long-term wealth still favors real estate. Over decades, no asset class has produced more millionaires than real estate, and that hasn't changed. Even with its ups and downs, real estate delivers consistent income, appreciation, and tax advantages. 2025 may not feel hot, but it's one of the best times to buy strategically. Smart investors are focusing on buy and hold, not quick wins or speculative flips. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. And in 2025, the data says real estate is still worth every penny. So, is real estate still worth it in 2025? The numbers don't lie, it absolutely is. Whether you're investing for cash flow, appreciation, or inflation protection, this year still holds major opportunities. The key is knowing where to look, using the right strategies, and staying in the game for the long haul. If this video helped shift your perspective, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more real estate insights. Got questions or thoughts on today's market? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on real estate in 2025. If you are serious about building income streams like we do in real estate, then Tube Mastery and Monetization is what we personally recommend. Link is in the description.